What's up and good morning from Kamala Beach here in Phuket, Thailand. So this summer marks 4 years in Thailand for me, which is honestly pretty wild to say. And by this point, I've been a lot of places all over the country, but this is actually my very first time in Phuket. And there's a very specific set of reasons for that. Of course, there's plenty of content about every single place you can go in Thailand out on the internet. I have friends who have been here. I've watched videos about coming here. And honestly, I kind of avoided it my entire time here. I didn't really think it was the place for me. I didn't really think it kind of fit my vibe. And after being here for a few days, I think I've got a much better gauge on whether or not that was true, whether this is the right place for me, and possibly whether this is the right place for you. So let's dive in a little bit. After being here for a few days, should I have never come? Was it a good idea to avoid it, or did I make a mistake? And is Phuket still worth a visit in 2026 and beyond? Let's get into it. Now, with this video in mind, I do suppose it's important to establish those reasons I had for thinking that Phuket might not be for me. Thing number one, Phuket is pretty much the go-to destination when it comes to, an island experience in Thailand. A lot of people, especially people that are coming to Thailand for the first time, they want to hang out on the beach. Phuket is pretty much at the top of that list pretty much every single time. Something that comes with that is, of course, this place is more popular, it's more well-traveled, so things end up being more expensive. Now, is it going to be as expensive as going to Laguna Beach, Mission Beach in America? Probably not. But in comparison to a lot of other places, from what I have seen, yes, it is a bit more expensive here. But just like almost everywhere else in Thailand, there is a range of things you can spend money on. If you want to come here and you want to have a really fancy stay, you want to go to fancy restaurants, you want to eat really high quality food, you want to, pay for excursions that are more expensive, you can come here, you can spend a lot of money, you can have a great time. But from what I have seen, it is still possible to come here and be on a budget. Is that budget going to have to be a little bit higher than some other places in Thailand? Yes, especially if you would like to have experiences. Don't get me wrong, if you want to come here, you want to get a cheap hotel, you just want to hang out on the beach all day, that you could still do that for very cheap. But for the most part, it is a bit more expensive. Another thing with it being so popular is the crowds. As I've gotten older, I have found myself less and less fond of large crowds. But one thing with Thailand, if you don't know, there's a rainy season, there is a sunny season. Most people, if they're coming to the beach, they want to be here in the sunny season. As you'll probably see in some of these clips, at least here in Kamala Beach, it is not that busy. It is not very crowded. I have been other places in Thailand that are much, much more crowded. Granted, I have not been here in the busy season, the sunny season, so I would imagine it's probably a lot more hectic around then. But as of right now, this is not too bad. The beaches, the scenery. From the videos I had seen, yes, it looked nice, but compared to some other places in Thailand that I had been, I was like, looks nice. That, along with the crowds, along with the prices, it doesn't look so nice that I feel like I have to be there. But I will say, after spending a few days here, I do kind of get the hype. There are multiple really nice beaches all across the island. It's a massive island, in case you don't know. And from what I've seen, all the beaches are nice. One of my least favorite things about my time in Pattaya was the beaches there. Even though it's like such a tourist hotspot, they've still kind of left it to feel like Thailand. All the natural trees are still here. There's plenty of shade everywhere. You've got all the cool street vendors and everything. And the beaches are massive. So it does make it a lot easier to kind of get off and get your own space. And I do also like the kind of range of beaches. If you want to go, you want to be able to chill on the beach, you want to be close to restaurants, you want to be close to food vendors, fresh fruit, any of that. There's beaches where you have options for that. There's, places like Patong Beach, which are pretty nice, and there's plenty of food options, all kinds of stuff shopping, everything. I'm a big proponent of places that have range, you know what I mean? Depending on what you want to do. Some days you do want to chill right here. You want, you know, the umbrella drinks brought to you while you're chilling. Then other days you kind of want to just pack your own stuff and go out, be by yourself. And from what I've seen, at least this time of year, that is very possible here, which I am honestly very surprised by. Also, from what I've seen here, which is really nice as well, is there's range for how you want to spend your vacation. If you're the type of person that wants to just come, get on the beach, soak up the sun, go swimming, and kind of just exist for a few days, that is entirely possible here. Also, if you're the person who likes to go out, spend some money, do some shopping, you can do that here as well. Or if you're the person who kind of just likes to black out the entire time, be at the bar every night, do that whole thing, get, you know, day drinking, get as hammered as you want, you can do that here as well, which I think is pretty cool. And honestly, I'm starting to see more of the allure of why so many people do enjoy coming here. But with all that said, is it still for me? Is it still for you? Is it still worth coming here in 2026 or beyond? Yes, I would say 100%. It is still worth checking out. Granted, if any of the things that I mentioned that I wasn't crazy about or things that kind of pushed me the other direction, if those are things that you don't enjoy, I would highly consider maybe booking for a few days and, you know, just kind of remaining open. If you're concerned about whether you will like it or not, if you're worried about the crowds, if you're worried about the prices, I don't suggest kind of just committing for, 2 weeks. Book a few days, see what you feel, see if you like it, and if you don't, you can move on. Especially being in this part of Thailand, there's plenty of other options for other islands, other beaches, so don't worry about it too much. But with all that said, I think an important thing to talk about is pricing. How much have we spent here? How much was the hotel? How much were the drinks? Let's get into it. So honestly, being here, one of, if not my biggest surprise, the thing that I was absolutely not ready for. I have seen so many horror stories, both online and from friends, talking about how expensive Phuket is compared to the rest of Thailand. And now, don't get me wrong, we've made it to a couple places that were absolutely more expensive, but we've also made it to some places that seem pretty much the same prices as Bangkok for the same exact things. I was getting beers on the beach yesterday for 80 baht on the chairs, under the umbrellas. Honestly, from what I had heard, I kind of expected everything to be like triple the price. While there are some places, we went to one place for breakfast, I was like, oh, this kind of hurts. But in all fairness, it was very, very good. It was expensive. I think especially over towards the Patong area, that's where you're gonna be paying kind of the premium. But over here in Kamala Beach, there's a nice range. We found plenty of places that are still budget friendly, are kind of just in line with the rest of Thailand, especially when it comes to the hotel we're staying in. We're staying in the Princess Kamala Beach Resort. This is not sponsored in any way, paid full price for the room. It is $24 a night. I'll be sure to get some more clips of the grounds as we go back in when we're running away from this rain. But for $24 a night, that is pretty wild. From what I can see, I think there is a lot more of a shift here between rainy season and the sunny season. So I think you do have a chance to save some money if you're willing to come here in the rainy season. Since we've been here for 4 days, as you can probably see behind me. There is some rain blowing in, but pretty standard with all of Thailand. It very rarely rains all day. I've got a pretty good sunburn already. It was pretty much super sunny for the entire day yesterday. So I think it is still 100% worth coming. Don't worry, you don't have to be balling. You don't have to have a ton of money. If you are on a tighter budget, you might have to be a little bit more tactical about it, but it can absolutely still happen. We've spent a lot of time in Krabi, right across the bay, and from what I've seen, Phuket is pretty much the same price. The thing I prefer about Phuket to Krabi so far, don't get me wrong, I love Krabi. It's one of, if not my favorite places in Thailand. When you're in Ao Nang, you do gotta travel a bit to get to a nice beach if you just wanna hang out on the beach for the day. Here, in Kamala Beach, we walk around right out of our hotel, cross the street, boom, you're right here on this beach. So that is very nice, especially if you know how to ride. You can come here, you can rent a bike, you can run all over the island. It is a big island. You're gonna be crossing a lot of these big hills and mountains. So ideally, you know how to ride. But honestly, I am very surprised. This was kind of our plan B. My mother is in town currently. This is her vibe. She loves to just come hang out on the beach, decompress a bit. We weren't planning on coming here originally, and we kind of got pushed to come here, and neither of us were really expecting a whole lot, but we have been very pleasantly surprised. So it just goes to show, sometimes you can be wrong. Sometimes I can be wrong. I think it is 100% still worth a visit. At least come here, check it out. There are different places all over the island depending on what you're looking for. If you want to party, get crazy, stay in Patong. If you want to hang out on the beach, relax, get away from the crowds a little bit, stay over here in Kamala. There's Sarin Beach a little bit further up too. I 100% think you should come. If you're thinking about it, take a few days, come here, check it out, see what you think. Let me know down in the comments what you think about Phuket. Were you surprised? Were you disappointed? So the temperature just dropped by about 5 or 10 degrees. So I think this rain is coming, so I'm gonna get out of here. If you did make it this far in the video, thank you so much for watching. If there was anything that you think a first-time traveler coming to Thailand or Phuket especially needs to know, please drop it down in the comments. You did make it this far. Thank you so much for hanging out. Back to Bangkok tomorrow, so I will see you guys in the next video. If you'd like to see more from Thailand, you know what to do. If you enjoyed the video, all those fun little free buttons are down below. I'll see you guys in the next one.